Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Rosa. They call me my Madudu. Today, I'm here to talk about a very sensitive discussion we did yesterday with my daughter, Lady Skara. It's regarding an artist in Zimbabwe who kung fu fight a fan. I thought it is important I make a video to give tips on what artists should never do if they want to be famous and progress in their career. Let's get straight into the topic. A pursuit for music, it's a very long journey for any artist. Many artists who are now famous can tell you that it takes a toll, it takes a lot of hard work to be known and to reach the level you are now. As a music promoter and a manager, I'm here to give you tips to avoid bad publicity, because bad publicity can ruin your career. I have 3 tips that I need to go through so that upcoming artists and artists out there need to follow, so that the artist needs to know for future references and to be successful and avoid the drama which happened with Jar Master recently. Sometimes what happens with the artists, once they're famous, once they see the numbers, the viewers on YouTube, on Instagram and things, they become too big-headed. Think, oh, they're untouchable. Oh, look at me, I'm famous now. They just get too excited, really. And that can result into getting themselves into big problems. The first thing an artist should do is to humble themselves. Even if you ask promoters, producers, record label companies, they will tell you a person or an artist they want to deal with, they have to humble themselves. They have to be considerate. They have to be kind, because they're going to be role models. So humbling yourself, you don't lose anything. Treating your fans with respect is the most important thing, because they made you who you are. It's the fans. It's not yourself. You might have produced a good song, but if there are no fans, it's not worth of your music, is it? It's not worth even producing that music. You produce music so that you create a fan base. But if you misbehave and act in unacceptable behavior, then you don't deserve to be in music industry. Like what we saw from Jar Master, it's totally unacceptable. You are doomed to failure. And please, upcoming artists, any new artists out there, please avoid that. We go to point number 2. This is very important. Up and coming young artists, please try to avoid not taking drugs. Don't take anything that influences your behavior, that makes your behavior change. Because, for example, like what happened with Jar Master, it's because of lack of control. For some reason, I'm not sure whether he was under the influence of alcohol or anything. Drugs, they're not good for your career. To many artists out there, up and coming artists, old artists, what you need to know, too much drugs, too much alcohol can actually damage your voice cord, which allows you to sing. I'll give you an example of Whitney Houston. Her voice was ruined by taking cocaine and too much drinking and too much drugs. You'll be in the way of ruining your voice cord and ruining your career. So drugs, they're never good anyway, because of the damage it will do to your future career. Whitney Houston was such a good singer, and do you know what happened? With drinking a lot and taking drugs, in the end, she had ruined her voice completely. It's not cool to take drugs. It's actually bad, because I think you up-and-coming artists, you think, oh, if I take drugs, I look cool on the stage. If you are a talented artist, there is no point of taking drugs. You can go on that stage and you can perform and your fans will be so happy. There is no point, I repeat. I'll give you an example. We manage Yondo's sister. Yondo's sister, she's a different person at home. She's a mother, she's a housewife, she even goes to church. People might find it difficult to believe. Yes, she does. But when she is on the stage, she's a different person. She creates this persona to entertain her fans, her fan base. And it's acceptable because this is her job. This is what she was meant to do. So it same applies to any. I had Beyonce does the same. She's different the way she acts at home. As a mother, she's humble, she's kind. But when she gets on the stage, she takes a different persona to entertain your fans because you are there to entertain. So when you take something like alcohol, it makes you make a wrong judgment. Because when you are under the influence of alcohol and you have your fans who are under the influence of alcohol, who's going to control who? This is where the problem, this is why you see what happened with Jar Master. He just reacted without thinking. So we need to be very careful when we are upcoming artists. How do we react to our fans? Because to be where you are now or where you will be in future, it's through those fans. Because fans, they can be so loyal. They can follow you everywhere. And my understanding was Jar Master's fan, because he had played the song he loved so much, he couldn't help himself but to get on the stage and dance. And what do you do? And what did he do? He kung fu fights the fan. It was totally unacceptable. As our son, he's learning. It's a learning curve. I think from this mistake, he should learn never to do that again, to respect his fans. Because for you to be called Jar Master now and be famous is through that fans. So yes, of course, we might be angry. As parents out there, sometimes your kids make mistakes, but you have to learn to forgive them and move on as parents. I want to think that Jar Master has made mistakes and he will rectify it. He needs to show us that he's a changed person. I think we will give him the opportunity to pursue his career as a music artist. Tip number 3. Any upcoming artist, I know sometimes it's difficult to find a manager because you don't have money to pay your manager, and it's an easy route to use a relative. I want the artist to understand this. Once you think you are in a position of finding a manager, do so quick and fast. The reason why I'm saying so, because managers, we're here to advise you, to tell you the things that you can do. We're here to prepare you for even your interviews. We're here to tell you things not to even say on interviews. We're here to guide you on your contracts, your music contracts, your business contracts. We have the duty to read through and see whether we can sign or you can go ahead and sign, or we can actually sign on your own behalf, considering as long that manager understands the legal terms. Because it's no point for a manager without understanding what the legal terms of that contract states and you go ahead and sign, because you might be signing away somebody or the artist's music rights, or you might be signing a bad deal which can actually tarnish the artist's reputation or image. Managers, we're there to guide you. And I think the most important thing with an artist, when your manager advises you correctly, if you listen to your manager, you'll be successful in life. But as I say, at the beginning it might be difficult to have a manager, but as soon as you know that you can afford to pay a percentage, because as managers we get a certain percentage, then please go ahead and get a manager to avoid what happened to Jar Master. Because if Jar Master had a very good manager, what happened at that Alaska concert shouldn't have happened. As simple as that. Because our duty as managers, we are there to help, to assist, to control, to monitor that our artists are doing the correct thing, to ensure they're signing the correct contracts, or to ensure we sign correct contracts on their own behalf, and we guide them in a good path. Yesterday we had live with my daughter, Lady Scaraby, and overnight I slept and I thought I needed to do this, to just give like 3 good tips to artists. Mistakes do happen, and I am sure we have to forgive him. If it is, I've said it before, we have to forgive him so that in future, Jar Master has learned from his mistake. He has learned from the mistake he has made. And any artist out there, please, please, please never disrespect your fans. I hope my tips make sense. Thank you for subscribing. Please ring that buzzer so that each time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. See you in my next video, and bye-bye.